Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. About 2 days ago, OBURU Odinga, the new party leader of ODM, declared that these 4 CSS who are in the government that Raila Odinga donated before his death, they don't speak on behalf of the ODM party.
Those of us who are in government, like Mbadi, like Opiyo Wandayi, those ones, you know, they are now part of the administration. They are not speaking for our party. They can, of course, now the president is their boss. They must speak something. Of course, for them it is understandable. But don't say that they are speaking on behalf of the party, because they had to resign their positions. You know, Wandayi was the leader of minority of ODM in parliament. He had to resign that position to be appointed, and even Mbadi was the chairman of the party.
What does it mean with the statement of OBURU Odinga? It means that any assurance that these CSS are trying to give William Ruto, of course, is not the party declaration. I've seen Mbadi declaring that going forward, the ODM is supporting William Ruto's re-election. I've seen also Opiyo Wandayi, the CS of Energy, declaring that William Ruto is going to be supported in his second term by ODM party. I've seen Joho doing the same thing. I've seen Oparanya doing the same thing. But the statement of OBURU shows how ODM, they are like, if we allow these 4 CSS to manipulate the agenda of ODM party by just supporting William Ruto automatically, we are not only going to lose the ground, but of course we are going to confuse our supporters. Look at this scenario in this way. For example, I saw a video of the deputy party leader, Ososi, the senator of Vihiga, saying and telling William Ruto, I think they were having some meeting in Western, and Ososi said that they have the rebels that they kicked out from ODM previously.
Mimi, baba vile alikufa, mimi nimehuzunika sana. Hata sitaki kuongea siasa, lakini nataka kuambia rais kitu kimoja. Nimeona wabunge wangu wa ODM wamesimama hapa wameongea, lakini chama cha ODM kiko na structures, na juzi tumetoa msimamo wetu. Mimi ningekuomba rais, just address us through our structures. Wabunge wengine wakisimama hapa hawaongee kwa niaba ya ODM, kama mheshimiwa Elisha, mheshimiwa Jalango, hawa tuliofukuza kwa chama. Kwa hivyo hawezi wakakuja hapa waongee mambo ya ODM. ODM, mkiona Ososi mmeona ODM, kwa sababu sisi tunakaa kwa ile kamati ya Central Committee. Sisi ndio tunapanga mambo, na sisi hatuna shida na broad base, lakini wabunge mfuata msimamo wa chama, na msimamo wa chama ni ule tulitoa wiki hii. Asanteni sana, Mungu awabariki.
Basi. And these rebels are led by Akina Jalango, Elisha Odhiambo, the member of parliament of Game constituency. We are having people like Karoli Omondi, the member of parliament of Suba. We are having several members of parliament that were called rebels. For example, like the senator of Kisumu, Tom Ojienda. The question that Ososi was trying to answer William Ruto was that he had some narratives that Akina Jalango, they are the one now controlling William Ruto, how they are deciding in ODM. So Ososi even gave William Ruto a direct answer. If you want to engage ODM, ensure you have right structures that are going to, of course, relay our declaration. The statement of Ososi and the statement of OBURU Odinga regarding to those who are like declaring that they are going to support William Ruto automatically, it means that there's something here that OBURU and her, of course, his fellow colleagues, they're trying to do in ODM to show William Ruto that ODM is not as cheap as you think. But now, when you look at the scenario of OBURU taking over as the party leader, some individuals thought like the first thing he was going to do was to kick people like Babu Wino, Edwin Sifuna from the party, because these individuals declared that they were not going to support William Ruto in any kind of course, William Ruto's re-election. And of course, you saw some people like Gladys Wanga, the chairperson of ODM, telling Akina Edwin Sifuna and Babu that they have no option but to vacate the ODM party. This scenario, Kenyans, we can say that ODM have already sensed something very crucial, that they must sit down and see it as emergency. One, they must make ODM party to be strong. Two, they must ensure that they're having elected leaders that come 2027, if they're going to, of course, have a political bargaining power, they're going to have a presidential candidate, they're going to have members of parliament, they're going to have strong party that can enter into a coalition with UDA or any other coalition. I've seen OBURU even declaring that there is a scenario that if they're not going to succeed having a coalition with William Samoei Ruto, then they have no option but, of course, enter into a coalition that, of course, William Ruto will not be there, maybe. So there are tricks also that ODM has started playing against William Ruto, because at the moment they are declaring rebels cannot relay any message from ODM, Akina Jalango, and the 4 CSS cannot relay any message, of course, from ODM. Then it means OBURU is like saying Edwin Sifuna must stay, Babu Wino must stay. Those who thought like they were going to ambush the ODM party, ole wow. And that is what OBURU is trying to say, and the Sosi is trying to say. So there's a big problem in this so-called broad-based government, because even last week, you had Edwin Sifuna and Ruth Odinga. They said very clear, they don't know something called broad-based government. They don't know anything called broad-based candidate in this upcoming by-election. It means they are like distancing themselves, that this fight they are being forced to enter into is not a force or a fight that they are comfortable with currently as we speak. But the question we must remain with is that whether Gladys Wanga is going to be comfortable still working with Edwin Sifuna and Akina Babu still being in the party. What next for Akina OBURU? If OBURU is going to be the running mate for William Ruto, can it be an earthquake to the politics of 2027? For me, I don't see. It depends how the ODM is going to display themselves out there politically, as per what we've seen when Raila Odinga was leading the ODM party. Raila was an institution. Raila was a force. But as we speak, despite of OBURU Odinga taking over, are you sure that OBURU is going to be a force? Are you sure OBURU is going to be an institution that Raila has maintained in ODM party? Those are the questions that we are asking. But now OBURU has assured Kenyans that people like Mbadi, Joho, Paranya, and Opiyo Wandayi, they must not speak on behalf of ODM. Ladies and gentlemen, for more updates, ensure you subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Thank you so much for that. Till we meet in another video.